Have you ever wondered if you're turning heads without realizing it? As we age, it's easy to think our best looks are behind us. You might look in the mirror and see wrinkles, gray hair, or a slower gait, and think that people aren't noticing you anymore. But the truth is, many older men become even more stunning with age, not less. And often, the signs are there long before you recognize them yourself. In this video, we're diving into 7 subtle yet powerful signs that you're a stunning older man, even if you don't see it yet. These aren't about six-pack abs or designer suits. They're about the quiet confidence, presence, and charm that develop over time and make people stop and take notice without even knowing why. If any of these feel familiar, it's not a coincidence. It's confirmation that your appeal is far stronger than you give yourself credit for. Stay tuned until the end, because these 7 signs won't just boost your confidence, they might completely change the way you see yourself from this point forward. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Let's get started. Sign 1. A calm and confident presence. One of the clearest signs that you're a stunning older man is the way people respond to your presence even before you say a word. It's not loud or flashy. It's not about walking into a room and demanding attention. It's about that quiet, composed energy you carry with you. When a man knows who he is and doesn't feel the need to prove anything, it shows, and others feel it. People pause when you enter a space. They instinctively make room, slow down, and take notice, because there's something steady and grounded about you that speaks louder than words ever could. This kind of presence doesn't come from status or appearance. It comes from experience. It comes from walking through life's challenges, taking the hits, learning the lessons, and still showing up with grace. When you're not rattled easily, when you speak with intention, when you listen more than you interrupt, those are the things people find magnetic, especially women, especially younger people who are drawn to the security and steadiness that comes from years of living with purpose. Let me tell you about Richard. He's 74 and doesn't consider himself handsome. He dresses simple, speaks softly, and rarely shares personal details unless asked. But when he walks into his community center for coffee, conversations naturally shift in his direction. People make eye contact, they smile, they nod, waiting for his take. Even the younger staff linger when he talks. They don't always know why, but they know they feel more grounded when he's around. That's presence, that's quiet confidence, and that's stunning. What many men don't realize is that this energy isn't accidental. It's cultivated. It's the result of choosing peace over pride, patience over reaction, and clarity over chaos. It's in the way you sit comfortably without fidgeting, the way you walk with purpose, the way you make others feel heard simply by giving them your full attention. None of this can be faked, and none of it goes unnoticed. So if you've ever had someone thank you just for being there, or if people tend to relax when they talk to you, or if you find that your presence often brings calm into a room, you're seeing the first sign. You're not just attractive, you're magnetic, and the world around you feels it, whether you're aware of it or not. Sign 2. Compliments on your style or grooming. Another undeniable sign that you're a stunning older man is when people, especially women, comment on your style, your grooming, or the way you carry yourself. These compliments might seem small at first. Someone says they like your jacket, that your haircut looks sharp, or that you always smell nice. But those aren't just polite words, and they're clues. They tell you that people notice how you show up and that they admire the care you take in presenting yourself to the world. Style isn't about expensive clothing or following trends. It's about knowing what suits you and wearing it with confidence. A well-fitted shirt, clean shoes, a neatly trimmed beard, or even just a signature scent. These things say something about how much you respect yourself. They also make others feel respected because your appearance reflects the thought you've put into being fully present. And that quiet intentionality is deeply attractive. Take Martin, for example. He's 76 and lives in a small town where nobody dresses up much, but he has this way of wearing a simple navy sweater and khakis that just looks sharp. He always smells fresh, his shoes are clean, and his hair, though fully silver, is trimmed neatly every month. He doesn't make a big deal of it, but the staff at the grocery store notice. So do the women at church. So do his neighbors. One of them even said, "I don't know what it is, but you always look so put together." That's the kind of compliment that doesn't just come from how you look. It comes from how your look makes others feel. What makes this sign so special is that it reflects consistency. You don't dress up for show. You do it for you. You show that even as the years go by, you still care. And that level of care is rare. It's attractive not because it tries too hard, but because it doesn't have to. It's that balance between effort and ease that makes people take a second look. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Sign 3. Warm reactions from women without a clear reason. One of the most overlooked signs that you're a stunning older man is how women react to you when you're not trying to get their attention. It's in the unplanned moments when you're standing in line, walking down the street, or reaching for something at the store, and a woman offers you a smile, starts a conversation, or seems unusually at ease around you. These moments may seem casual, but they're often quiet signals of attraction that speak louder than words. You may not notice it right away because these reactions are subtle. A younger woman might ask you a question she didn't really need to ask. Someone might linger in conversation just a little longer than necessary. You may see glances, small smiles, or even light teasing, all gentle ways of signaling interest without being direct. And while you might chalk it up to friendliness, it's often much more than that. It's her way of acknowledging something about you that feels trustworthy, appealing, and maybe even a little mysterious. Let me tell you about Thomas. He's 72 and was out shopping for a new pair of walking shoes. He struck up a short conversation with a woman in her 50s who was also browsing. Nothing flirty, nothing planned, but when he thanked her and walked away, she followed with one more comment just to keep the connection going. Later, she smiled at him across the store as if they were old friends. Thomas laughed it off, but his granddaughter, who had been watching, said, "Grandpa, she was totally into you." That's the kind of moment most men overlook. But women don't give that kind of energy to someone they're not drawn to. You see, when a man carries himself with relaxed confidence, people naturally gravitate toward him. Women especially respond to authenticity and calm energy. It signals that you're not trying too hard, that you're comfortable in your skin, and that comfort makes you feel safe, present, and grounded. That's rare. That's magnetic. And yes, that's stunning. So if you've noticed women striking up conversations, laughing a little too easily at your jokes, or making eye contact and smiling even when you're just going about your day, pay attention. That's not just politeness. That's a reflection of how you're perceived, even when you don't see it yourself. Sign 4. Making people feel safe and heard. There's something deeply attractive about a man who makes people feel safe, emotionally, mentally, even physically. And if you're someone others seem to open up to easily, or if people often say they feel calm around you, that's not by accident. It's a sign that you carry a certain emotional presence that's hard to find. You listen without interrupting. You don't rush to give advice unless asked. You hold space for someone's thoughts without making it about yourself. That kind of presence isn't just kind, it's stunning. Women especially are drawn to this. It's not always about looks or charm or clever conversation. Sometimes it's about how you make them feel. Do they feel safe when they speak to you? Do they feel like their words are being received, not judged? If so, then you're giving them something more valuable than compliments. You're giving them your attention. And attention when given with sincerity is one of the most attractive qualities a man can offer. Let me share the story of Leonard. He's 80 and volunteers at a local community center. One of the younger women who works there told her friend, "I always feel better after I talk to him." She couldn't explain why. It wasn't what he said, it was how he listened. She said he made her feel like her thoughts mattered, like she wasn't being talked down to or brushed off. That quiet validation, that sense of emotional safety, is what people remember, and it lingers long after the conversation ends. When you make people feel seen and valued, they associate those feelings with you. You become someone they want to be around, not because you entertain them or impress them, but because your presence brings peace. And peace in a world full of noise is rare. That's why you may find people seeking your company, sharing things with you they don't tell others, or even just sitting quietly near you. They're not there for what you do, they're there for who you are. This quality doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from being fully yourself, grounded, steady, and genuinely interested in others. And that emotional intelligence, that calm receptiveness, is one of the clearest signs that you are far more attractive than you may realize. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Sign 5. Being sought out for advice or guidance. If people often come to you for advice, whether it's about relationships, careers, health, or just life in general, it's a sign that your presence carries weight. And while it may not seem like a compliment at first, it absolutely is. When others seek your guidance, what they're really saying is they see you as someone who's lived, learned, and earned wisdom through experience. And that level of trust and respect doesn't come easily. What makes this so attractive isn't the advice itself, it's the calm authority behind it. You're not trying to control anyone or tell them what to do. You offer thoughts when asked, share from your own journey, and speak with the kind of clarity that only comes from having seen life from both the peaks and the valleys. That grounded insight, the ability to say just enough in just the right tone, makes people lean in when you speak. It draws them in not with force, but with quiet confidence. Let me tell you about Frank. He's 78 and has a reputation in his neighborhood as the guy to talk to when life feels too loud. Teenagers have asked him about college. Couples have asked him about marriage. Neighbors have sat on his porch just to hear his stories. And he doesn't hand out answers like candy. He listens first. He gives people room to think. And when he finally speaks, it's not flashy. It's thoughtful, measured, meaningful. And that's what makes his words and his presence so unforgettable. When others consistently look to you for steady advice or even just a quiet place to think aloud, they're responding to something deeper than appearance. They're drawn to the way you carry your experience, the humility in your tone, and the respect you show for other people's journeys. That emotional steadiness, that inner compass, is something many people crave, and they find it in you. So if people often call you just to talk things through, if you found yourself offering comfort without even realizing it, or if others walk away from a conversation with you saying, "I feel better now," don't dismiss it. You're not just giving advice, you're offering something rare. And that quiet strength anchored in wisdom is one of the clearest signs of a truly stunning man. Sign 6. Your sense of humor makes people light up. One of the most charming signs that you're a stunning older man is when people, especially women, laugh at your jokes, even the corny ones. Humor is an emotional connector, and when others laugh with you, they're showing more than just appreciation for the punchline. They're revealing that they enjoy your company, feel safe in your presence, and are drawn to the light-heartedness you bring. Even when the joke is familiar or groan-worthy, the laughter often speaks volumes about how others feel when they're around you. This kind of humor isn't about being the funniest person in the room or delivering a perfect one-liner. It's about warmth. It's about a man who doesn't take himself too seriously, who can poke fun at life's little absurdities, and who makes others feel like it's okay to relax, smile, and just be. That ease is magnetic. It breaks tension, builds trust, and reminds people that life is still full of joy. Even in its quietest moments, let me tell you about Harold. He's 81 and famous among his friends and neighbors for telling the same 3 dad jokes at every gathering. Everyone knows them, everyone rolls their eyes, and everyone laughs. Why? Because Harold's delivery is full of charm. And more importantly, people enjoy being around him. His jokes may be simple, but they always come with a warm smile, a sparkle in his eye, and a sense that he's inviting everyone to share in a moment of lightness. People don't come for the punchline, they come for how he makes them feel. What makes this sign especially powerful is that it reveals emotional maturity. A man who can laugh, especially at himself, shows that he's secure, open, and willing to connect. He doesn't need to impress anyone. He just wants to share a laugh. And that authenticity is what draws people in. It's not about perfection. It's about connection. It's about creating moments of joy that make others want to stay a little longer, listen a little more, and remember the way you made them feel. So if people laugh with you, even at the jokes you've told a dozen times before, or if they seem to brighten just a little in your presence, take it as a quiet sign of your impact. Your humor isn't just funny, it's comforting. And that comfort is a form of beauty that leaves a lasting impression. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Sign 7. You still catch glances and subtle flirting. One of the most overlooked but telling signs that you're a stunning older man is when you still catch those glances. The kind that linger just a little too long. The kind that carry curiosity or admiration. Women may not always express their interest directly, but body language speaks clearly. A second look, a gentle smile, a brief brush of the hand in conversation, or a light laugh that seems just a bit too eager. All of these can be quiet forms of flirting that many men don't even realize are happening. You might be surprised by how often it occurs. Maybe someone adjusts her hair while talking to you, or mirrors your body language without thinking. Maybe she seems to find reasons to be nearby or strike up conversation over small things. These gestures aren't loud, but they're intentional. They suggest a kind of attention that goes deeper than surface politeness. It's not about age, it's about presence, personality, and that particular magnetism that doesn't fade, it deepens. Let me tell you about Charles. He's 77 and walks every morning at the local park. One woman, about 20 years younger, started greeting him daily. At first, it was small talk, weather, walking routes, shared nods. But over time, she started lingering. She smiled more. She matched his pace. And one day, she admitted, I really enjoy seeing you out here. Charles didn't consider it flirting, but others watching saw the signs clearly. It was in the way she leaned in when he spoke, the way her tone softened, the way she smiled even after the conversation ended. These are the signs many older men miss because they've been conditioned to believe that age makes them invisible. But that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, your age might be exactly what some women find attractive. There's a strength in your silence, a depth in your stories, a comfort in your presence that speaks louder than youthful charm ever could. And women, often, without fully realizing it, respond to that energy. So if you've ever noticed someone watching you from across the room, if you've been caught in lingering eye contact, or if a simple touch during a conversation felt like more than coincidence, believe it. These are not accidents. These are the signs of a man who still has gravity, who still turns heads, who still makes hearts stir in quiet, undeniable ways. Final thoughts. As we close out this video, take a moment to reflect on the signs we've explored. Which ones felt familiar? Which ones surprised you? You may have gone most of your life not thinking of yourself as stunning, especially if the world around you doesn't often say it out loud. But the truth is, real attractiveness doesn't shout. It's quiet, it's subtle, and it often shows up in the way others respond to your presence, your energy, and your spirit. Being a stunning older man isn't about chasing youth. It's about stepping fully into the man you've become with grace, humor, wisdom, and confidence. It's about knowing that your value doesn't fade with time. It deepens. And while you may not always notice the impact you have, the people around you do. They feel your steadiness, your kindness, your insight, and yes, even your humor. And they are drawn to it. You don't need a reminder to be someone else. You need a reminder to keep being exactly who you are, because who you are is already magnetic. You've lived through decades of joy and hardship, lessons in love, and all of that has shaped you into someone truly remarkable. Whether or not you've heard it lately, I'll say it now. You are more attractive, more compelling, and more appreciated than you probably realize. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.